Thank you for joining. So friends, today we'll go through chapter 9 from the book IKIGAI. This is the last chapter of this book. So let's get into this book. I'll share the slides. The book we are discussing is Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. The chapter 9, Resilience and Wabi-sabi. How to face life challenges without letting stress and worry age you. Right? Most of the time we age because of the stress and worry. So how to overcome this? What the people in Japan used to do to overcome this stress that leads to their, long living and improve their longevity. So most of the time, life is unpredictable. We always have some challenges, difficulties, and unpredictable things. It always happens. But how we are able to handle, right? So resilience is the ability to recover from setbacks. When we have that resilience, no matter what the challenges are, how difficult the situations are, we come back. When we know our purpose or when we know our Ikigai, though we have the challenges, we still keep on going because that is what makes us happy. That is what resilience means, to recover and come back, right? Not to give up easily things. Focus on what you can control. Many times we worry on the past and future things where we cannot control, right? But instead of worrying on those things, just focus on what you can control and work on them or try to improve them. So that will reduce your stress. Adapt to changes and challenges. Be ready, be prepared, you know, be more flexible, accept positive and negative things. Then that leads to the happy life. If you only focus on positive things, we ignore the negative things, then we cannot survive, right? When we adapt to change and challenges, then we are more flexible, so we can easily manage things. Emotional resilience through Buddhism and Taoism. So we all know Buddha, right, who introduced this Buddhism. He was a prince. But after realization, he came to know that not wealth or not self-denial, right? Nothing gives. Only when we are in balanced state, that leads to peace, that leads to liberation. If you are too much worried in pleasure and all, that also doesn't give you happiness. If you ignore everything, that's also not. You should be balanced. What are the right things? You should focus on that. Similarly, the Taoism, the Zeno, who founded the Taoism, he also says, life is a balance. Living happily, right? Ignoring or suppressing our emotions doesn't lead to, happy life. When we are not under the control or of our emotions or suffering, that's what the true happiness comes, or the mental peace. So balance is essential for happiness. Control emotions instead of suppressing them. Accept, observe, right? Just control how you react or what you say. That is in your hand. So one of the philosophers says, what happens is not matter, but how you react, that's what matters. So control emotions instead of suppressing. Don't suppress, don't keep on adding, but instead be balanced. Try to control your anger, understand things that will lead you to calmness or mental peace. Inner wisdom creates resilience. When you observe yourself, right, that's what creates this resilience. What's the worst thing that could happen? See, life is never the predictable, right? It's always unpredictable. Things can happen in different ways. Nothing is permanent. So imagine, so what the people in Japan they used to do is they should do negative visualization. That means they used to think that whatever they value, like money, job, or comfort, right? That they are losing away. So when, in some time they're losing all of those things. Not to create a fear, not to create negative emotion. It just when they visualize in that way, then what happens? That creates gratefulness. They be grateful. Okay, I have these things, right? To lose also, you need to have things. That's why you're losing it, right? If you don't have anything, there is nothing to lose. If you're losing something, means you have something. So be grateful for that. That's what they do. Negative visualization. Be grateful for what you have, right? So one of the king, he had so much wealth, but he used to visualize that he could live in minimal things. And when we used to do that, then slowly when he was in a normal life also, he used to do minimalistic things. He used to use the things appropriately. Though he had so much money, he was happy. He thought he could live. If there are no things, no wealth, still he could be able to live. That's what they used to practice. So imagining losing comforts to appreciate them more. Right? Just imagine, not to create fear, but imagine, okay, if this thing is not there, still am I able to live? What will happen? What the worst thing will happen if I don't have job or if I don't have this house, right? And maybe I'll get some other job, maybe I'll get some less money, or maybe I'll live in some small house, right? If you think in that way, then you don't have that fear, you don't have that anxiety. Okay? When you think what worst thing can happen, we always want, we always worry about what the good can happen. But just imagine what worst will happen, then you don't have that fear. Prepare mentally for the possible difficulties. That means you're mentally preparing. It doesn't mean that you will face the situation, but in case if ever you have to face, that means you're already ready. You're mentally prepared, so you won't stress, right? You won't go into the depression. And gratitude increases happiness. The more you are grateful for what you have, it increases happiness and you will get more things in your life. Meditating for healthier emotions. As we all know, when we practice meditation, the slowly the mind calms down, right? We overcome our negative emotions, our thoughts, because we are more in the awareness, we are in the present. So focus on reactions rather than events. So when we meditate, we generate mindfulness. We are more aware, right? So instead of reacting, we try to respond things. Observe emotions without reacting. Just observe what you're getting. Okay, right now I'm getting anger or I'm getting fear. Don't think why I'm getting, what caused this. Okay, so what can I do? How can I change this emotion? If I'm getting fear, how can I be confident? Affirmation, positive things, visualize positive things, be grateful. If you're feeling low, see what you have. What are the things you have? Then what happens? You'll feel happy. So awareness reduces stress and anger. The more you are mindful, the more you are aware, then it reduces the stress and anger because you're not attached to it. Most of the time when we are unconscious, we go with them. But when we are aware, we are not attached to it. We be an observer. We observe our thoughts. When we observe the thought, we'll get disappear. So there'll be no stress and anger. With awareness, we can overcome the situation also. Right? Instead of getting worried and creating more mess, when we are aware and mindful, we can solve the issue. The here and now and the impermanence of things. As we said, everything is in the present moment. That's what the author says. And even Buddha and Taoism, that's what they teach. Present moment is everything. We always, travel in past and future, worry about the things, but everything is the present moment. Awareness is very important. We also read the book, The Power of Now. Everything in life changes. There is nothing in control of people, situation, things. Everything will change. That was the impermanence of things, right? Things change. But when you know that everything can change, then no need to worry. When you develop this impermanence, then you'll be happy. So one of the philosophers he compares our desires, right? We want so many things, our surroundings, everything as leaves in the tree. So what happens when we used to say like that? So leaves can drop off anytime, right? So when you are not attached to any of those things, then then you don't have any worry. No matter what the situation is, you'll be still balanced. Appreciation reduce suffering. Still, you will be happy when you accept the situation instead of worrying. Be more adaptable and accept the challenges and appreciate. When you surrender, when you appreciate the current situation, it reduces the suffering. So nothing is permanent in this life. So everything will change, situation will change, the place will change, the people will think change, right? Nothing is constant. So when we know this, when we accept this truth, then we don't have any suffering. Wabi sabi. So here author says wabi sabi means appreciating things, even the broken things or different where things are not good, right? Even the broken things you need to appreciate them. Here they say a teapot which has cracks in that still it's beautiful. Still you can see beauty in that. Even though there are cracks, that is again a kind of design or that's again a kind of purity in that. So accepting things, seeing beautiful or seeing goodness in everything, that is what wabi sabi means. Ichigo ichi means that accepting everything, right? That this present moment, each and every moment will not come again. So be grateful for every moment. So right now, this conversation, or right now, what we have, the next moment, it will not happen. Things will not repeat. Every moment, the situation changes. So at present, what is the time? It will not come again. So enjoy every moment. Be grateful for every moment. So beauty exists in imperfection also. Many times you only see, okay, what seems very good, bright. We appreciate those things. But some things, right, which are not shining, which are not perfect, still we need to see beauty in them. Every moment is unique, right? Now the time will not come again. Today, if I'm eating something, might be tomorrow not. So if we make the same thing also, the food, it may taste different. It's very rare that the same taste comes, right? That's what the author says. Every moment, every conversation is different. Today, what we are conversing might be tomorrow we have different things to converse, right? Nothing is permanent. So every moment is unique. Appreciate each and every moment. Presence increase appreciation. When you're in the present moment, you are aware what's happening and you appreciate each and everything. It might be things, it might be the places, everything you appreciate. You see beauty in each and everything, in persons, nature, places, everything. Beyond resilience, anti-fragility. As we said, resilience means getting stronger, right? Overcoming challenges, accepting things. And anti-fragility means growing stronger through challenges. Many times people, they give up. But some people, as they face more and more challenges, they become more stronger and, they become stronger, hard. They're not that easy to break. That's what anti-fragility means. Stress can create growth. Here author says sometimes stress and challenges that comes in our life, through them also we grow. They are coming to make us strong, to challenge us. Once we overcome that, we can see, oh, okay, I did this. I'm able to handle myself. You know, no matter how many struggles I had, still I'm able to survive. Still I'm able to be successful. That what things make you suffering or situations make you stronger, right? They create growth in you. Learning from adversity builds resilience. When you accept things and we learn from different things, that builds resilience. That means you're ready. You accept things. You're ready for growth. And the types, the steps. Right now we learned about anti-fragility. So what are the steps? Here author says, the first step is create redundancies. Avoid depending on only one thing. Diversity increases security. Flexibility strengthens the resilience. The people in Japan and Okinawa, they do many things for living. They do gardening, they do work. They don't often depend on one profession. They do multiple things. So if one profession is not good, they can still survive. They have some other source of income. They try different things. They don't depend on one job or one profession. They do many things. So avoid depending on only one thing. Diversity, the more you try different things, it increases your security. And flexibility strengthens resilience. The more you do, the more flexible you are. Right? You are learning many things, you're growing. Take small risk. Balance safety and opportunity. Small risks create learning and growth. Avoid large, dangerous risk. So what the people do is, right, the most of the part, their main some money they keep, but when they want to invest in different things, they invest in smaller portions, different things, so that if they lose money also, right, that's a small portion they will lose. The majority of 90% of things they are safe. So when they try to invest in new things or try new jobs or anything, they invest very little part out of that. So they take small risk. Right? When they lose in that profession or something happens, still their majority income is safe. But taking small risk, if they gain, if they are successful in that, they still get money. But if they lose also, it's not much that they, that creates suffering or they lose much amount. Still they're able to survive. Remove what makes you fragile. Identify harmful habits. Remove what drains your energy. Simplify life greater than strength. Your author says, no unhealthy eating or sitting for long, right? Remove all the unhealthy habits. Develop good habits. Learn from the people in Japan, being active, trying different things, not depending on one thing, always walking or constantly doing something, interacting with the community. They're all, developing more positive and healthy habits and removing unhealthy habits when we identify. Remove what drains your energy, the stress, anger, worries, they all drain your energy. When you accept resilience, right? When you know impermanence and nothing is constant, when you know all this wisdom, when you apply, then you don't drain your energy. You maintain your energy, you maintain balance in your life. Simplify life for greater strength. The people in Japan, they don't, they try different things. They want to be successful. They look forward for survival. They earn money and all, but they don't, you know, fall or have too much desires. When we have too much desire, that causes suffering. Simple and healthy living, that's what is for greater strength. When we are in a balanced living, simple yet happy life, that's what more important. That's for the people they followed. Simple living, but happy, and that promotes the longevity. You know, always having too much desires or being unsuccessful has caused a lot of stress and anger or frustration and following unhealthy diets. Then what happens? Then we don't have a good living. So when we follow all of these things, we improve our longevity and we can live longer life as the people they do. They live more than 100 years, right? That is still possible. So the key summary from this chapter, how to face life challenges. Resilience help recover challenges and move towards purpose. Focus on what you control and accept what you cannot change. Buddhism and Stoicism teach balance and control of emotions. Right? The life is all about balancing. No too extreme, right? Not going too extreme or coming too down, but balance. Meditation helps calm the mind and manage stress. Live in the present moment and appreciate life impermanence. The more aware we are, the more grateful we are. Anti-fragility means growing stronger through difficulties. So challenges are very important that help us to grow. So friends, I hope this chapter was helpful to you all. Finally, this book has so much things to learn. right? How to live happily, the author, to find a meaning in your life, what people eat, what the healthy lifestyle, what exercise they follow, how to overcome challenges, how to face the situations. Everything he covered that is required for the happy and long life. So I hope this book was helpful to you all. So next week we'll start with a new book, new wisdom sessions. So with this, let's go into today's meditation. So as usual, we'll be doing the breath mindfulness meditation. As you see in the picture, you can sit on the floor, chair, anywhere. Clasping your hands and crossing your leg at ankle is important. And just observe your normal natural breath. Don't forcefully inhale or exhale. Just observe your natural breath. We'll play the music and guidance. Just follow with that. Dear friends, dear masters, sit comfortably, close your eyes, clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Don't forcefully inhale or exhale, just observe the breath. As you observe the breath, mind becomes empty. Be with your breath, dear friends. Let thoughts come and go Don't get distracted by your thoughts. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Go deeper and deeper into yourself. Experience the calmness, emptiness, Gently bring your awareness back to the body. Feel any sensations in your body, dear friends. Recollect your experiences. What did you see or how did you feel? Now let's express gratitude. Be grateful to your parents, teachers, and mentors. Be grateful to plants, animals, Mother Nature, all the planets, the universe. Be grateful for this beautiful environment, for all the things we have. Whenever you're ready, slowly place your palms on your eyes for 5 seconds and then slowly open your eyes. Thank you, friends. Welcome back. Hope you all had a good meditation. So we'll see you all tomorrow. The next 2 days, Friday and Saturday, we'll have only the meditation. So please join at 9:30 p.m. in India time, 8 a.m. IST for the meditation. And we'll resume our sessions again from Sunday. Have a good night. Thank you, everyone.